Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Unreal Return to Pali. On this episode, we are taking care of the second half of the Temple of Pandora. It's not really the second half in terms of level names, but it's the second half for me. Anyways, if you're lucky there, the Crawl Elite will actually jump down there and off himself, so you might as well just let him kill himself. That way you don't have to waste ammo on him. But really, even if you hit them with a 8-ball round on the narrow tightrope there, or the narrow plank, you would probably knock them off anyway. So thank you, level designers, for that. You could attempt to jump across that gap, but I wouldn't. There's another way to get across. There's always another way, there's always something. What I would rather do is go up here, and there's a shield belt being guarded by another crawl. And if you're lucky, you can get the jump on him. You won't be able to really knock him. Well, no, I was able to knock him off there, but as he was dying. There's also some 8-ball rounds there that's kind of difficult to get. The trick is to not run, which is what I did there. That's why I mistakenly missed it. There's also another crawl here. We've got to have symmetry in the level design, absolutely. But symmetry is a nice thing. It gives us a way to kind of predict what's going to happen on the other side of a level. And symmetry, in terms of level design, is a good thing. Asymmetrical levels, to me, are always going to be a lot more difficult than symmetrical levels, ceteris paribus, meaning all other things being equal. Now, things like, enemies being different, obviously that's going to change things, but I like how this level's very symmetrical. Kind of like the Nali Castle in Unreal was very symmetrical. Although it had a bit of an asymmetry to it as well. Had a good balance. And I think, like for example, the Sun Spire, that was a very asymmetric level. And it was very difficult, but it wasn't only asymmetric, it had a lot of enemies to it. Now this spinner over here wants to run away. And I'm trying to avoid his little globs of goo. I'm not really sure what weapon I like besides the 8-ball and the spinners. It seems to me the stinger is really good because you can get a good close-quarter blast on him. But, I'm not really totally sure on that. There's a little bit of foreshadowing for you, huh? Well, let's go ahead and grab the flare. First, I thought that ASMD core on the ground was a flashlight, and I was thinking to myself, why are they giving us a flashlight after we got the searchlight? But it's an ASMD core, it's just on its side. Now you can hear another brood over here as well. We took care of him. We don't get a whole lot of CAR, Combat Assault Rifle rounds in this level because we're underground and those things are being dropped in by air. But that's alright. There's also a water serpent down here. And I mistakenly jumped down here too soon. I was going to try to snipe them from a distance, but I wasn't able to do that. But thankfully I managed to get the jump on these guys enough so that the water serpent didn't destroy me. Because the water serpents can swim really well, and we cannot. Even though we have scuba gear, that doesn't really aid in our swimming ability. It just aids in our breathing ability. There's some Teridium shards down here too, if you need them. But if you remember that early area where we kind of knocked that pillar over, there is kind of a little secret area there. And it does lead out into this open area. This is kind of a tricky jump. But I guess they had to do something like that or else we weren't going to get up here. That's the same translator message we had before, so nothing new. At any rate, we got to jump up here, and there are a couple, well, there's one spinner up here that we have to watch out for. So I'm trying to get a little bit of distance here to try to shoot him, or her, or it. I think we got him. Yeah, we did. He's all scrunched up like a dead spider. Like I said, I hope you don't have arachnophobia, because this game sure does give you a lot of spiders. That floor, by the way, was damageable. And down here there are a lot of bite fish. So either get out the stinger or the auto mag and prepare to just go to town on them. This is kind of a dead end, by the way. And that's not destroyable, although it kind of looks like it is. It really isn't. Down here, I should have used my searchlight earlier because there are yes, there's a couple of bitefish down here. But there's some 8-ball rounds down here, if you need them. I always thought that's kind of weird. I mean, you get 12 8-balls per canister. You shoot out 6, and yet it's called an 8-ball. But it's nice that they gave you 48 that you can carry. Excuse me, carry at once. I always thought that was kind of weird. We have so much ammo. How are we going to carry this on ourselves? Like in the game Doom, you know? You could have 600 cells, and those cell boxes are massive. And then we got these Teridium shards. 40 each, so you could have 5 for 200. So 5 of those things. Plus 50 flak shells, so that's like 5 boxes of flak shells. So I kind of wonder what kind of bandolier, magic bandolier, our lead character, our heroine, has in order to carry all of this stuff. Now right here, we have a Scourge hiding. We got him though, and I managed to turn him into some giblet gravy. We also have another Scourge down here, and I believe 4 or 5 gas bags. But before I go down there, I'm going to try to stock up on some 8-balls. 12 8-balls is like 7 6-balls or 3 5-balls. Doesn't make much sense, but that's what it is. If you remember, I think I mentioned that in the last Let's Play for Unreal that they originally wanted to do 8 for the 8-ball, and that's why they called it that. But they had some sort of limitations with the engine for 8 projectiles, so they limited it to 6. Or at least that's what I read. I'm trying to snipe this Scourge, but he doesn't want to be sniped. There's actually a pretty deadly trap through here as well. Seems like the Scourges aren't seems like the Scourge aren't triggering it, but we can trigger it. Now we have to deal with a bunch of gas bags. And of course we've got symmetry in this level, and we've got gas bags on the left of us and gas bags on the right of us. So we're stuck in the middle with you. Land of the midnight gas bags. Because it's about midnight right now. It's kind of odd, you know, these gas bags are just waiting there, and the Scourge are just kind of waiting there. It's like they knew we were coming. And they didn't bother to just kill themselves off. It would be kind of neat if we just had a whole bunch of dead gas bags lying around, and a couple of dead Scourge just to kind of indicate some sort of massive battle that's gone on, but they don't do that, do they? And the one thing I don't like about this level design is we have all of these gas bags that can kind of disappear in the water. So they can be kind of invisible. And I think, like right here, 1 or 2 gas bags actually got the jump on me because I didn't see him. I think it's right behind me right now. Thought I heard a gas bag. Yeah, there he is. Well, I'm going to go with it, because I can't really see any genitalia on him. It reminds me of, what was it? Star Trek The Final Frontier. Not all species keep their genitalia in the same location, Captain Kirk. Don't know how those things mate. I don't even want to think about it. Now here's a really deadly trap. So just walk through it once it's sprung and you'll be okay. And of course over here we've got yet another Scourge. But we get the Razor Jack, so that's nice. So you're wondering what happened with the Razor Jack? Well, there we go. Razor Jack, not Jag. Razor Jaguar. And that's kind of neat. You can do that with the trap there. Instant death for anything that's in it. Well, mostly anything. I don't know what would happen if a Titan spawned in there. At any rate, we have kind of a little lever here. And that gives us an elevator that takes us all the way up. Up we go. And yes, I will get that health that I showed in the first episode Or first part of this episode, rather. But first I want to take care of these guys. We're not over by a long shot. We're almost there. But this is a difficult level. This is kind of like the Sun Spire, really. A lot of enemies. And most of them are not optional. You can kind of make a break for it with these spinners here, but I wouldn't hazard it. Because in great numbers, they can be pretty bad. These guys do not walk in single file to hide their numbers. We got another dispersion pistol out power up, so that's pretty nice. And some more health in case we need it. Thankfully they give us a lot of health and a lot of armor and the super health in this level. So the designers kind of threw us a frickin' bone there, and that's nice. That's nice when the designers do that. This will actually lead us back into the other part of the level, but I'm not going to go there just yet. I'm actually going to get the super health off camera, or at least walk back there off screen. Because it was kind of glitchy in order to get there. Now this will end the level, but I'm not ready to end the level just yet. Remember that super health towards the beginning of, well, kind of the first third of the Velora Temple, or Temple of Vandora? Velora Temple. Vandora Temple. Temple of Vandora. Whatever. The Veloria Mountains. If you know where that came from, let me know. I know where it came from, but if you get the reference, that'd be great. Anyways, there's the super health. And if for whatever reason that mouth that you have to cross glitches out, you know, and you have to use the ghost command, use it. The super health is there for you. At any rate, this ends the level, and we go back. Well, I'll show you where we go back to in a moment. But let's go take a look at the log entry. Kill statistics are good, and they're starting to accumulate. So that's pretty nice. At any rate, thank you so much for watching. Let's play Unreal Return to Pali. In the next episode, we will actually go back to, drumroll please, Nagomi Passage. Have a good day. Bye.